Hello, ooh, that was a little exciting. Let me try that one again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to RogueTech, where apparently my voice decided it didn't want to work at first. But, I mean, that's fine. Voices aren't required for this, clearly. Definitely not. So we have some repairs to do, there's no doubt about that. And let's go ahead and get those started. Unfortunately, I do think that we should change the build order here, because as it stands, these guys are not going to be done because these two both take so long to work on. So I think we're going to deprioritize the Orion. And we'll just go from here. Okay, let's go ahead and tick forward. We've got 20 days until our financial report, and I would like to deploy before then. So that should get a good number of our repairs done by the time our financial report is about to come due. Apparently there's a cat running around in the Argo. Okay. We can welcome the cat. What could possibly go wrong? Morale increased by 5. Fantastic. I'm sure that she will not be squashed by a mech. Definitely not. So you can see here, quite a lot of these have improved, and we're going to continue working on those. The Battle Master will be done here in 4 days, and let's just see. We've got 5 days until our financial report. Sounds good to me. Okay. There's no point, I think, in ticking forward further if we're going to deploy before the financial report. So let's go ahead and hop into the mech bay, make sure everything's good to go, and you can stop spinning, thanks. Yeah, this looks fine. We've got plenty of mechs good to go. We don't even need the Wolverine. So I'm okay with this. Let's hop through here and get any mech warrior promotions done that might need to happen.
Standing by.
Okay, a point of guts for Rain will be fine.
Yes, I'm ready.
Still can't quite get that sweet, sweet warlord for Taboo, but we'll just go ahead and take the tactics point. That will be absolutely fine. And let's see where we might want to deploy to. The answer is this one is tempting, just because of the pay, but this is better. The salvage is so much better. This is an attack and defend, so we should expect that we're not going to get great salvage and that this will be a long mission, but that we should be able to breeze through it fairly easily. Yeah. Let's do it. We're going to negotiate this. Typically speaking, attack and defense don't bring the best in terms of enemy mechs, so we're probably going to run somewhere like here and attempt to get ourselves some funding instead. We'll go ahead and accept that. And this is all perfectly fine as is. I'm actually surprised by that. Okay, we'll take it. So this is possibly going to be a 2-episode mission with an attack and defend. We'll see how quickly we manage to get through them. But that is certainly going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. These things, if they decide to actually start dropping heavy-ish lances on us, as opposed to, like, lights and mediums, they could become challenging, for sure. But I think at 4 skull, and with the number of enemies that it's going to throw at us, it's probably still going to be lights and mediums. A couple of those later reinforcement lances might be on the heavier side, as we've seen previously. But I don't think that this is going to be too difficult. We're going to make like a 1.3 million, figure 300k of those for drop costs, another maybe 150. So we're making like 850k profit before bonuses and salvage. That is, of course, not counting repairs, so it's definitely getting up there, our costs are. Specifically, our drop costs. It'd be interesting if there was a way to reduce the drop costs, but as far as I know, that does not exist. I'm actually surprised that the loading screen hasn't loaded yet. That's a little spooky. Has RogueTech decided it hates me today? That happens sometimes. Not that it's not going to load, just that it's going to throw like 200 million Warhammers at us. I haven't actually seen that, but that would be I don't know how I'd handle a Warhammer swarm. We had that one locust swarm a really long time ago, and that was interesting for sure. It threw like, I don't know. I don't even remember. In my mind, it was like 50 locusts. It was probably like 28 in reality. Maybe not even that many. But it was a lot of locusts. It was, I think, 3 or 4 lances, Calmstar lances, of nothing but locusts. Which is close to 20 locusts. It was a lot. Also, this loading screen still isn't loaded. Huh. What's it up to? Okay, here we go. But this is definitely spooky. We'll see how this goes. So we need to defend the Davian base and destroy local government base. Naturally, it's an attack and defend. Commander, this is an extremely time-sensitive mission, and we're on a strict deadline, so I hope that you can assist us. Our covert forces are poised to seize a local government facility where a large number of Davian civilians are being held prisoner. However, the facility is protected by a nearby military base, and as soon as we seize the prison, they'll move against it, and reduce those buildings to rubble before they let us extract those people. We'll be moving our own mechs and leopards in as quickly as we can, but before we can land them and extract the civilians, we need you to pacify that military base. Okay. I'm guessing these civilians are some kind of covert operatives for this much metal to be put on the field to extract them. Oh yeah, absolutely. They're definitely covert operatives. Okay, so this is in an urban environment. I didn't even look at that, and I'm actually surprised by this, but okay. So we do have forces that will assist us in defending the base, and that's the future evac zone. This is the base here. And this is the enemy base. Huh. Well, that's much simpler than I expected. We can deploy our lances over here. We could even deploy like a lance here and like a lance over this way. And that might not be a terrible idea. Just something like this. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we definitely do see enemies. Of course, we expect there to be an attacking wave and a defending wave, as well as there being some turrets up here. Although we don't see turrets here, and I would expect that that would be an LOS. So maybe they don't have turrets.
Thy will be done.
RogueTech is acting a little laggy, but that's fine. I think I'm just going... Hello, pause menu. I think I'm just going to reserve here. We're going to keep reserving until here. And now we'll probably start moving after this reservation anyway. It'll be a little bit here, but that's fine. Got a Hornet moving forward. He loves Zerbies. Naturally. What do you expect from a Hornet?
My pregnant old mama can hit harder than that.
Okay. So at this point, we will start moving. As soon as they're done. They need to move their Frankie here, as well as their vehicle up over here, their light carrier. And there might be more that they need to move here as well. That was rude.
Barely hit, Commander.
Indeed. Okay, a yellow jacket. Not doing very much. This is good.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Light carrier moves up. This could potentially be dangerous if it's got some... no, it didn't fire. Okay, I was going to say if it has some AoE, but it just didn't shoot. So I wouldn't mind taking out that light carrier. Yeah, I think we should pot shot it. Our hit odds aren't great. It's round 1. We'll just go ahead and warlord it, and let's see what we get. That
vehicle is one for the junkyard.
worked. Okay. So our friend the Grasshopper moves up. It's going to fire on that Hornet. Running the quad... What are those? Plasma cannons? Those damage numbers didn't look like PPCs. Maybe light PPCs? Light and snub nose. Okay. Fair enough.
Ready to rock.
The Salamander is going to move in over here. It's got all those MRMs to roll. This Hornet is dead. I'm even going to Warlord it to guarantee it. Goodbye, Mr. Hornet.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Not well. He's not going to handle it well.
Enemy eliminated.
Kaboom. Excellent. Okay, so they have somebody out there with a Gauss rifle shooting at our buildings. Okay, they're falling back to the base to defend. Yeah, that's fine. They're out over here, though. We just don't have sensors on them.
Let's do this.
The Hector can move up. Again, we don't have sensors out here, so we don't know exactly where that guy with the Gauss rifle is. But what we can do is we can fire on the Yellow Jacket or on one of these buildings. And we'll fire on this one.
Firing.
There we go. Get some damage of our own down. Phase 16. What do they move in Phase 16? Well, there's a lot that we don't know about the Op 4 yet. We'll find out next round. Somebody jumping up onto a building and shooting at our awesome there. Completely missing. So, it's fine. I don't care. We're going to step forward with our Magcat Mark II over to here. And from here, I would like to fire... I'd love to fire at the Yellow Jacket, but honestly, I think we should fire at this large civilian building. Just see about bringing it down.
Taking the shot.
And there we go. First structure down. And next round, we can fire at some of these guys, because we'll have sensors at that point.
What? No.
The Battle Master is going to sprint on up over here. I don't expect too much for hit odds here. Yeah, pretty much just the Frankie. I think we'll pot shot at the Frankie, but we're not going to fire the UAC-20. I am going to go ahead and Warlord here, and let's see what we get.
Engaging.
A whole lot of nothing. Okay. Sounds good. I didn't expect much more than that, in all honesty. The carrier moves up and fires on that Frankie. We learn that it has AMS. Sounds good. They've got a Phase 14 mover. There's also this electrical transformer here. I don't know if that'll affect a rotorcraft like this. That would be an interesting experiment. Since this is a flying unit. But then again, flying units don't exist in the base game, really. Or actually, some of them do. Helicopters exist in the base game. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work out. That's something we should try to test if we get LOS next round. Whoever it is thinking a lot about where they're going to move. Maybe a land air mech? Although I would think that would move earlier in the round. Oh, that's a big jump. That is a land air mech. Okay. They're continuing to fire at that base.
Aye, aye.
Sounds good. The Black Knight is over on this side, and we're going to sprint the Black Knight forward.
Go into full throttle.
I don't suppose we can shoot at this transformer from here. No, we can't. We could, however, shoot at this guy. I don't think that's worthwhile. How many structures do we need to destroy here? Only 3. I feel like we fire at the Frankie. Hit odds aren't great, but let's see what we get. Okay, that's fine. Did we hit this building? No. Okay.
What can I do for you?
So the Boar's Head is going to move up into the water over here, I think. There is also this Wanetta over here. But we're much more useful in a long-range engagement with the Boar's Head. So we could fire on this fire starter. And actually, I feel like that's a pretty decent idea. We're going to go ahead and Warlord. Taboo isn't driving the Boar's Head right now. Our artillery didn't get a ton done there, but that's okay, I guess. The heavy carrier moves up, doesn't do anything of note. The Mauler is going to move over and, you know, maul the Wanetta if we manage to hit it. That's a lot of evasive pips, I'm sure. Yeah, that's 9 evasive. We're going to Warlord it, but I'm not expecting great hit odds. Yeah. These are some abysmally bad hit odds. Well, we hit something anyway. Heavy carrier is firing mortars out here, though, and that's actually pretty good. That will work up the instability a bit here. Yeah, it lost its evasive. That's huge. Hollander 2 moves up. They've also got a Huron warrior over there. It's going to fire on that corporate building. That corporate building might go down soon, so we might not be able to keep all friendly structures standing, and we might lose that bonus, which wouldn't be great, but it's not the end of the world. We can move up with our awesome and fire on the Frankie here. I'm going to go ahead and fire the Rocket 20 as well.
Taking the shot.
We managed to stray shot the structure back here with one of those. That wasn't awful. Huron warrior move next, maybe? The fire starter. Okay. Shooting at the carrier, I'm fine with that. I'd like it if the Huron warrior would not take down our building, but I don't know that that's a thing that we can count on. We're going to move up with our Madcat Mark II, and we're going to fire on that Frankie. We did not Warlord last round, so we'll Warlord this round, and we could easily kill this thing. If we hit in the CT, which we did not, but we did make him unsteady. So our Black Knight is going to move on forward and finish the job. This is very likely a kill here. There you go. Excellent.
Tango down.
So at this point, the Hector is going to close in over here. We're going for the Wineta, absolutely. And we should be able to take this thing, well, maybe not out entirely looking at those armor numbers, but we should be able to do a lot to it. Yeah, good instability there. The Salamander is going to move in and finish the job. It does not survive a Salamander salvo here.
Here we go.
That is just a ludicrous number of rolls.
My SRM, my heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Okay, here comes this guy, and he probably goes for that building. Yep. So there goes our bonus. I'm not surprised by that. Honestly, we never really had a way to deal with these guys. We didn't know they were there before we deployed. We couldn't have made it out here in time to save it. That was always going to go away.
Yeah.
So that is fine. We're going to move up with our Mauler to engage these guys over here, but we can't move in all the way. So we'll just get our AMS unjammed and sink some heat. The Battle Master is going to cruise on in over here as much as we can, which is actually up to here. We can fire at this electrical transformer, and I kind of want to find out if that will damage the Yellow Jacket. Do it.
Engage.
It did. It did damage the Yellow Jacket, although it didn't destroy the Yellow Jacket. It did damage it. Okay. Grasshopper jumps, fires at the enemy Huron warrior. Gets a little bit in there, I suppose. Okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
At this point, I feel like our Boar's Head moves over here.
Uh-huh.
And our artillery probably drops on the Huron warrior.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Yeah. That's not terrible. Heavy carrier also firing on the Huron warrior. Getting those thermobarics in there. I like it. Maybe even a knockdown there. That's a Gauss rifle destroyed. That thing's no longer a threat, actually. Carrier moves up, fires on the Yellow Jacket. That might be a kill. Not quite, but the heavy carrier moves up as well. Doesn't do anything. Hollander 2 moves in. Fires its Gauss. And at this point, our Hector can actually move up over here.
Copy that.
What are you shooting at? Just this building? Okay, sure. Go ahead and do it.
Got it.
I kind of expected it to be the helicopter, but no such luck there. So the Yellow Jacket hasn't moved yet this round. It's going to be the fire starter that moves now. It jumps in. Fires on the carrier. Okay, I don't care about that. That's fine. It can do that all it wants.
Hello. live to serve.
Our awesome is going to step forward here.
Moving to position.
And we are going to fire on... Honestly, it's got to be the yellow jacket. We can guarantee the kill here.
Engaging target.
There we go.
That vehicle is trashed.
Indeed it is. Our friend the Grasshopper jumps, fires on the Hollander this time. I love it. That's a really good choice.
Ready to get it on.
Madcat Mark II steps forward. I would love to shoot at the fire starter. I don't think the hit odds make that worthwhile. We're going to fire at the large corporate building here.
I copy.
Now, we could destroy these and evacuate before these reinforcement waves come in. I generally prefer to fight the reinforcement waves for the cash. We're going to move up with our Salamander and sink heat.
What do you
Our
need?
Mauler can move in and absolutely maul this Hollander. The Hollander is probably dead from this, in all honesty. Especially if we were able to Warlord hit. We're not, but that's okay.
Roger.
Okay, the Gauss rifle is gone, so there's no more threat over here. That's going to be a knockdown as well. That Hollander not doing so well.
Waiting orders.
The Black Knight is going to sprint forward, and we're going to fire on this fire starter. I would love to Warlord, and that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to see what rolls we can get on this guy. He'll immediately become unsteady. Okay. We took down that building anyway. Carrier moves up, fires on the Hollander. I love it. That could have been a kill, but it wasn't. Huron Warrior moves forward. Continues to try to fire on that building. It does not succeed. And then it shuts down. That's the fire starter over there. Right? It shut down? I think it did.
What? No.
The Battle Master is going to step on forward.
Okay.
This fire starter is super dead. There's no real way around it.
Okay.
Maybe not right now, because those weren't great rolls, but that's a knockdown on the fire starter, and it will definitely die next round.
I hear you.
The Boar's Head is, I think, absolutely going to fire over here at the Huron Warrior. In direct LOS. Not indirect, but indirect LOS. Okay, there we go.
Weapon, or go.
Not a great shot with the sniper artillery, but the Arrow 4 did the trick.
Should have run when you had the chance.
Sadly, we didn't eliminate the Hollander.
Lots of armor.
And Thermobarracks going in on that fire starter. That could be a kill, but it doesn't appear to be the crits that we need. Heavy Carrier. Fantastic.
Commander.
Okay, the Awesome is going to step forward here, finish the job on that fire starter. It's so dead. So dead. Excellent.
Tango down. Commander.
Next up, the Black Knight is going to move up, and we will work on this large corporate building. I don't want to waste ammo. We'll just fire pulse lasers.
Roger that.
Really? We didn't take it down? 10 HP away. Oh, because we missed one laser. Okay, well, the Hector can actually position here and finish the job on the Hollander too. And so we shall.
Got it.
There we go. The attackers are gone.
Confirm.
And now, at this point, we mostly just need to sink heat and figure out where those reinforcement waves are going to drop. And kill time for that.
Orders.
So the Madcat Mark II is going to move up, and I think that since this is at 10 HP, we just leave this building, and we go for this medium corporate building now. We could easily take it down with the Mark II,
Firing on target.
but we didn't. Not quite.
Aye, aye.
The Mauler is going to back off and sink heat. And we're just going to kill some time until those reinforcement waves come in for the bonus.
What can I do for you?
Okay, the Boar's Head, yeah, it's just going to chill and sink heat.
No sweat.
Sounds good.
I'm here.
The Battle Master, well, we're going to move in with the Battle Master and finish off this corporate building. No sense in wasting the AC-20 ammo, though.
There we go.
Okay. Now we can take this building down whenever we want. And that's great. So we're going to wait for those reinforcement waves. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will deal with our reinforcement waves that are on the way in. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.
Oh boy, here we go.